y'all are curious, I did watch the leaked demo. I kind of feel like I almost had to watch that leaked demo. The I thought it was cool. What's up, Mr. Third Eye? I'm glad you could make one of these. I know, Andres, the kind of sad music, it's kind of intentional there. But so if you all have watched that leaked demo footage, you know exactly what it is. I'll talk about that real quick because I thought that was cool, and I kind of think that's okay to talk about. What is not okay to talk about is all this data mine stuff that happened, all this data mining that they did, leaking all this stuff. Some people sent me some things. I saw some thumbnails of images. I shut them down, and I wasn't mad at the people that sent it to me. I get it. And so a lot of it was my YouTube subscribers, and I get it. I appreciate you wanting to keep me in the loop. But on that kind of thing, I don't want to know about. I don't want to know about that. I want to be surprised. I want them to take me on a ride. I want to enjoy the story. But we'll get to that. We'll definitely get to that. First, I do want to talk about that the 30 minutes that's on YouTube right now, basically the demo, where you run from the very opening of the game to the end. Okay, so the spoilers. Okay, I want to ask you all real quick, and I haven't looked at the spoilers, so don't spoil anything for me, please. But are you all upset with the direction that the game is going from the spoilers, or are you upset that it got spoiled? That's what I want to know. So let me know without spoiling anything, because I have gone. There's been a couple of people on Twitter and on Facebook I've had to block from my fan page on Facebook. Temporary block, because they keep trying to send me stuff, and I've asked them a couple of times nicely not to send it, and they keep trying to send it, so I had to just put like a temporary kind of block on them. I hated to do that. Same thing on Twitter, but it's a bad situation. It's a bad situation, and it really pisses me off because I know these people have worked long and hard on this. I know Nomura and Kitase-san and his team, they've all worked long and hard on this. A lot of love has gone into this, and just for a handful of people to come out and really just the audacity to come out and just kind of, I can do this, so I'm going to do this. And inevitably it's going to happen. We all knew. I'm super pissed about it. And I've seen a couple of thumbnails, but I have not looked at the high-res pictures. I absolutely am going out of my way not to do that. I am absolutely going out of my way not to do that. It's just unfortunate, man. It's just unfortunate, And I wanted the demo, but guess what? Now we're not going to get the demo. We are not getting it. They've pulled it. They've pulled it off of the PlayStation Store. We are not getting it now. It ain't happening. It's not happening. So I really hate that. Why is this not looping? Anyway, that's aggravating. It's just not going to happen now. And it sucks, but there's nothing we can do about it. We're not going to get to play this demo, which, okay, whatever. I'm still going to love the game when it comes out. I'm going to pour some extra love on this game when it comes out. And somebody on my channel is going to get to love this game when it comes out too, because I'm upgrading. When we hit 1,200 subscribers, I'm doing the giveaway. I'm giving away the deluxe edition. I'm ponying up the $80 for the deluxe edition. So whatever that comes with, the person who wins the drawing is going to get it. This doesn't kill my anticipation for this game at all. Yeah, I know. It's in such high demand right now. People are just trying to hack the store just to get a hold of the demo. I'm in the camp. It's like, look, just give us a scrapped down demo without all the background information in it, without all the background data in it. And that's what they should have done to begin with, because they knew this was going to happen. They knew this was going to happen. There was no ifs, ands, or buts if this was going to happen or not. This was definitely going to happen. They knew it was going to happen. Sony knew it was going to happen. Everybody knew this was going to happen. And Sony's got pretty piss poor security anyway. And if anybody remembers back, I think it was 2011 or 2012, when PSN got hacked and everybody's credit card information was out there in the ether. They made you, PSN was down for a couple of weeks. It was down for a while. And you had to do this weird security check login every time. Yeah, it's disappointing. But real quick, I want to talk about that 30 minutes of the demo that we did see online, which is what we would have gotten to play anyway, which is why I'm kind of okay talking about that, because we should have already had that demo in our hands. We're not going to get it now. So let's talk about just the demo. It's beautiful. It's just gorgeous. There's no other way to put it. Like, if you've seen it, I'm not going to give any spoilers away for any kind of surprises that are in there. So I'll allude to things when I'm talking about it. And if I do want to talk about something that's kind of spoilery, I will let you know. But the opening with Aerith, and she's praying, talking to the planet. She's conversing with the planet in the live stream. I thought it was cool how they did that, because it's like a cracked pipe or something with Mako flowing through it. And it's like, it's beautiful because it's just this little bit of energy she can get in this huge, monolithic, polluted city. You know what I mean? And then the little key tones they put in the music there, and her fright as she gets up to leave and runs toward the street, and eventually is guided toward Cloud. That's how I took it. So, like, the person manipulating the things in the game, in the story, the manipulation is in there from the jump now. It's from the first opening sequence. The manipulation has started, And Aerith is sent toward Cloud, basically. And the opening of the bombing mission, with the little nods back and forth, the character interactions, the playfulness, and all that kind of stuff, I thought was first rate. It was superb. I really dug it. That's what I look for when I see something's going to be remade or remastered, or they're going to revisit something. Like, I'm a big Berserk fan. When I knew they were revisiting Berserk, I was like, just get the character interactions right. Get the little nuances of the story right. Which that new series was awful, but I'm not going to get into that. That's a rant for a different time. That's not this rant. That's not what we're doing today. But the nuances with the characters and the story and the elements that are in play, like, there's a point, and this isn't like a spoiler. There's a point where Jessie talks to Cloud, and she's kind of trying to feel him out, It's like, so you know Tifa pretty well, right? Like, are you all close, or? And she's kind of thinking, is there room for me to get in? I love Jessie, and Jessie is super charming in this demo. Like, I like Jessie in the original because when I first played Final Fantasy VII, I was like, that might be like a little love interest for Cloud. You didn't know yet that she was gonna, at the pillar, at the pillar showdown. But I loved her charm. And the voice acting is superb. It doesn't sound forced and almost contrived in a way that the trailers and stuff have made a little bit of it sound. It is all free-flowing. It is all natural. Everybody is killing it. So, no Angzel, whatever. Like, this is not clickbait. We're talking about, it's a conversation. We're having a conversation. The community is having a conversation about what happened with the leaks and discussing it and what was in that 30-minute demo. So that's what's happening here. So Um, but yeah, the voice acting is so good. And yeah, Cultimus Prime. That's what I was alluding to there at the beginning. I like how they slowed down the choir parts and the vocals, and that's what led Aerith to get up and run toward the street. So, like in a way, like my thought is, um, the manipulation has already begun. Like he's trying to get Aerith and Cloud together, like to travel together, so that he can keep an eye on both of them. You know what I mean? Because the cool thing about Cloud is, without the Sephiroth and the Genova DNA and Zack's memories and all this kind of stuff, he's just a normal guy who is kind of clunky and kind of bumbling or whatever, not quite a hero. It takes all this other stuff to make him this hero, but then he's also screwed up in the head. So it's really a really cool dynamic. But the voice acting in the demo is top notch. Barrett, he sounds amazing. I think he really sounds good, and he sounds like a leader. Like a rough and tumble kind of roughneck. I really dig that because he's an old coal miner. Where I come from, there's a bunch of farmers. I know a lot of miners and things like that. I grew up around farmers and people who had hard jobs growing up, and I've known some miners and miner families and stuff like that. And they talk rough, and when I hear Barrett talk, it reminds me of some of the older cats, some of the older guys and women that were around when I was a kid. That's why I appreciate it, because I'm like, he sounds like a guy who had to do hard work when he was growing up or whatever. So the voice acting is top notch. The action, the gameplay is smooth. And just like I said before in a previous video, I was like, this demo is going to be more polished than what we saw at E3 in the previous game shows. It is, because when you watch that 30 minutes, it looks so good. It looks better than the E3 version. Like the detail, the tones, the lighting. Oh my god, the lighting is amazing. I reacted to the no commentary demo that was floating around. Sephiroth Crescent, thank you again for that video. It looks better, and that already looked great. So, and it cuts into the Guard Scorpion battle a little bit, but what I really dug was the escape. We haven't seen that yet. The escape from the reactor, and yeah, Jedi, yeah. he sounds rough. He sounds rough, and he should. I think he sounds great. I like Biggs. I like Biggs and Jesse's interaction. They kind of have like a, not a headbutting, but they almost have this brother-sister kind of dynamic to them. He's like, oh God, I don't want to hear about you going about these men again. And she's like, what? Cloud's easy to look at. You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, whatever. And then Wedge, our favorite O'Charlie's fry line cook, moonlighting as a eco-terrorist for Avalanche. He seems giddy to be around Cloud. Like he seems like he's taken, like the kid who ain't cool being around the cool kid in school. You know what I mean? That's how Wedge comes off. He's like standing there just staring at Cloud, giving him the thumbs up, and he's grinning ear to ear. And he's like, hey, I think I know what's going on in that head. I think you're really with us and everything. And Cloud's like, not interested, man. I don't want to hear it. Wedge just kind of dejected, And what little bit you get with these characters already in the demo, I'm sold on these characters. It's easy to write. It's not easy to write, but if you put the time and effort in, you can invest people into characters quickly. It doesn't take a whole season of something or half of a game of something. If you know how to write and you know how to create and put characters in the proper situations, then you can make memorable characters. You can make characters that people connect with and enjoy. So that's one of the really big things that I took away from this demo was the character work and the writing. The escape was cool. You get a lot of lines with Cloud. Cloud has some cheesy, like 80s action movie lines, but that's his character. You know, he's saying things that he thinks are going to sound cool, that he thinks should sound cool. Like, I forget what the Shinra soldier says, but it's something to the effect of, you know, this is where you stop, or, you know, you stop here, or he says something to him, and then the battle music, the remade battle music from the original game, Those Who Fight, a rendition of it starts playing, and then it crescendos and reaches its climax, and Cloud turns around and looks at the guy, he's like, that's my line. And I laughed out loud while I was watching it, because I was like, that is hilarious. I loved it because it fit him. Like, and it's almost like, it sounds like something somebody would say, and they think, that was so cool. That was so cool the way I said that. And everybody else is kind of staring at you awkwardly, like, oh my God, this guy's such a dork. But yeah, that's Cloud, though. You know what I mean? But he can back it up. So that part was really cool. All the escape stuff from the reactor, and I loved how they showed Shinra, President Shinra and Heidegger, and they were playing the remade Shinra music, a version of it, a quiet version of it. And then as they're heading out, like, okay, this is a spoiler. If you don't want any story spoilers, mute me right now, just for a minute or two. But like the original bomb they set in the reactor after they beat the guard scorpion, it just stops the reactor from working. It shuts some pipes down and blows it away or whatever. But then the way Shinra orchestrates their drones and stuff to basically annihilate the reactor and then really destroy the reactor so they can pin it on Avalanche, I thought that was a brilliant story element. It added a lot. That little touch added so much depth to the story that they can work with now, because, you know, Avalanche is going to find out about that. And then when Heidegger's like, look, we've been keeping an eye on these guys. We don't think this is the faction that made an attempt on your life. So they pretty much confirmed that little line of dialogue. There are other Avalanche factions. Somebody tried to take out the president. One of the factions tried to take out the president. So right then, you're going to have more, you know, Avalanche, or at least some other kind of organization. It may not be Avalanche, so some other organizations. So then they make the escape. All the stuff with Jesse and Cloud making the escape, I thought was really good. Their interactions were great. And then that's pretty much, when you get to the top and you escape and you get out, that's pretty much the end of the demo. Excuse me. I'm still getting over that whatever I had, so I've still got some congestion. So if I cough or whatever, I apologize. What's going on is basically the demo got hacked on PSN. So it got data mined is what happened. And then some people were leaking stuff that happens in the game, character design, story elements, weapons, abilities, all this kind of stuff. Now, granted, they couldn't mine the whole game. It's been pulled off PSN, the demo has. And the so that's what we're talking about, you know. And I'm getting to that. I'm just talking about the 30-minute demo that leaked on YouTube. Did you notice? Yeah, Andres, I did notice that. I thought that was a really cool touch. He's like, yeah, he says, sick him boy, or get him boy, or something like that when the dog comes out with the Shinra soldier. Which makes you think there's attachment between that guard and that dog, who just get wasted by Cloud at the very opening of the game. So, yeah, that's a great point. Ashby, the assassins could have been from Wutai. You know, and later, I mean, they might find that out, and like later on, there's that line of dialogue from President Shinra. He's like, you know, you must be working with Wutai, our sworn enemy, and Barrett's like, Wutai, the hell we are. So, if the demo comes out, I'll be happy about that. No, I didn't catch that when the dog dies. He yells out. I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that. This is a good catch. If the demo comes out, I hope it does, man. But at this point, I don't think it will. I think we're playing it on March 3rd, and I think it's the first time we're going to get to play this game. So now I'm just to a point where yeah. So we might as well go ahead and get to this whole data mining thing. I mean, you all have watched the demo footage on YouTube. It's great. I like the little scenes they showed afterwards. One other thing real quick though, I think there's going to be an element to the game where you kind of have to keep a low key around Midgar, because there were different points. Now this all could be the escape from the first Reactor mission, but it seemed like there were different points throughout walking through Midgar where you get confronted with soldiers. There was even one where it showed a helicopter like following Cloud, like had a spotlight on him, and he was like keeping an eye on his position, you know. That was awesome. I thought that was really cool. But that was pretty much everything in that 30-minute demo. Now, the data mining thing, I'm gonna be honest with you all. You know, I keep it 100% honest on this channel with you all, the community. I think it's lame. I think it's stupid. I see no reason in doing it. All you're doing is hurting a good time for other people. And for what? To show that, oh, I can do this thing. Who cares? Who cares if you can do this thing? You're not putting the game in my hand. I don't want to see spoilers. I want to play the game. I want to experience the story. People just don't get this these days. And people are like, you know, oh, spoiling a 20-year-old game. I mean, you're not going to spoil anything. Yeah, you are. I mean, just in the demo, you saw stuff that wasn't in that original 20, 21, 22-year-old game. You know what I mean? The Shinra stuff. All the other stuff with tracking Cloud around town. Hang on a second. I gotta fix this light. But all that stuff where you're tracking Cloud and, you know, doing all these other little things and all the Shinra stuff, and it's just there's no point in doing that. And maybe it's just a certain type of person or a mentality or whatever, and why people do these things. But it's unfortunate because me, you, all of you all watching this, and all of you all that will watch this out there, wanted to play this demo. You know, we were all looking forward to playing this demo. I wanted to play it. I want to feel how this was playing out and how good it felt to play the game and get in there and finally do this thing after the 4-year wait, and you know. And now we're not going to get to, because there's some jackasses out there, basically. So I'm not the type of person to run down people and what they want to do. I feel like if you want to do something, go do it, you know. But this kind of thing, not only are you spitting in the face of everybody who want to get a hold of this, but more importantly to me, you're spitting in the face and saying you don't matter to the people who put all the time and effort into creating this work of art for all of us. To creating this thing for us to enjoy, you know, Tetsuya Nomura, Kitase-san, all the people at Square Enix, everybody that's worked on this thing, you've spit in their face. And you basically said, you know, I'm gonna lord over this content right now. I just think it's stupid. And yeah, they've been sitting on the demo for a long time, but the new demo, the demo that's available now, wasn't the one you could play at E3. The one at E3 stops at after you defeat the Guard Scorpion. And it's not as polished as the one that's on there now. It's just not. It's not. You do the escape, and I think there's actually some new dialogue lines in there too, from what people have been saying. Yeah, man, I hope they find who did this. I mean, there should be some serious repercussions for this. I mean, it's not only. I mean, they hurt some business doing this. You know, they hurt some people's business, and Square Enix. I mean, I don't think the game sales are going to suffer. I really don't. I think this is going to make more people be interested in the game itself, all the hoopla about it. None of this is intentional by Square Enix, though. It's not, because, you know, this would be horrible business practice. This is business malpractice. I don't know. It's just unfortunate. It's a super negative thing. Yeah, they pulled the demo. The demo was no longer available. I think the website that originally reported the demo was there. They're saying it is not there now. All 10 point whatever gigabytes of the demo that was there, it's not there anymore. It's gone. They pulled it down, and I can't blame them. You know, if I had something I've been sitting on and ready for people to enjoy, and I was waiting for that, you know, kind of perfect moment to release the thing, I mean, I would pull it too. You know, I just sorry, take me a little drink there, and I've got this light cover here that keeps basically the floodlight in the ceiling from shining down on me and causing horrible lighting in here. That's why I keep trying to fix. Yeah, the reason they're not going to release the demo to us right now is because the demo has to be shaved down. Like, the reason it was 10 gigabytes of data of I think what's reportedly almost an 80 gigabyte game was because there was a lot of data in that game that was not part of the demo, that was part of later stuff for the game that was just in there. So now they're going to have to, if they're going to release a demo, they're going to have to create a really shaved down version without all that extra data and stuff in it to put up online, which is why I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're just going to be like, look, just wait, it's 2 more months, you're going to get it on March 3rd. So that's why I think we're not getting the demo, which it's fine. You know, if I think about it, you know, from October 1st to now is how long we have to wait from now till March 3rd. I know it's a kind of a crappy way of looking at it, but that's kind of really the only thing we've got right now. So anyway, I'm not concerned about it. I don't think it's going to hurt the game, but just to let you all know, I am not going to be doing videos about any of the data mining. Any of the data mining stuff that comes out, I won't be doing. The cat is out of the bag, but I'm not going to do videos on any of the data mining stuff because I'm just not going to support that kind of activity and behavior. I'm not. Could I get another 500 to 1,000 subscribers and more ad revenue and all this kind of stuff I did? Absolutely I could, but I'm not going to do that because this is where you have to draw a line in the sand. You have to say, I don't agree with this. I think it's BS when people do stuff like this, and you have to put your foot down and say, I'm not going to support that. So I am not going to be reporting on any of the data mining stuff. I'm not going to be showing off thumbnails and pictures that came as a result of that. I only want to share the good news that comes out from the company about this stuff, though. So that's the kind of channel I want to have. That's the kind of community I want us to be, and I don't want to support any of that negative kind of stuff. You know, I just don't. It's not who I am. It's not who I want to be, and it's certainly not what I want my channel to be about. So I hope you all respect that going forward. And just know that if stuff comes out, man, I really want to see it. I really want to see it. But if it came from all this crap, I'm not going to support it. I'm not going to look at it. I'm not going to watch it. So, but do I judge people who do look at the stuff? And no. I mean, everybody's decisions are their own. You do what you want. Just for me personally, that's where I stand with it. I don't believe in piracy. I don't believe in, you know, stealing other people's work and releasing other people's work. People, their work, their art, their music, their games, whatever you make, you should be in control of it. You should be in charge of who sees it, when they see it, because there's a reason. You know, when you make something, when you create something as an artist, as a creator, as a writer, as a storyteller, as a musician, as a whatever, game designer, game dev, everything you plan for your creation is meticulously thought out. When you release it, when you want people to see it, you want the anticipation to build to a certain point, then boom, drop it on people. You know what I mean? They wanted the anticipation to build to a certain point, and they wanted March 3rd to be the date that people were looking forward to, the anticipation to build in the best possible way, then everybody get that release, get to enjoy that on that day. Now it's polluted by all this crap because of these jerks that did this thing. So, as a creator, as a storyteller who can appreciate the work that goes into things like this, I will never support this kind of thing. I just won't. So, we may never get a demo again. Now, there will be demos, but I think for big AAA titles, huge, this was a generationally anticipated title. Still is. I mean, this won't hurt it at all. But as far as like huge games like this in the future, I don't see demos coming out for it. I think Devil May Cry 5 kind of had a similar thing happen. Kingdom Hearts really got screwed, really got raked over the coals on this kind of stuff. So it's just one of those things where, you know, companies have to be careful now. I mean, all these companies, these big companies, we talk all the time about they've got all this money and they've got all this success and people are enjoying their stuff and they've got it made. But, you know, a lot of stress that comes with a lot of that success, you know. And it's unfortunate things like this happen, but they have to be ready when it does, and they have to be wary and knowledgeable that it could. And certainly Square Enix knew that this kind of thing would probably happen with the release of a demo. And it happened, unfortunately. So, Tippy, thank you so much. I appreciate the sub. It's unfortunate that we have to meet under these circumstances, but I appreciate you being here. I appreciate all of you all being here. And I like having these little live chats with you all from time to time. When I do finish this, I am going to be right back on here with another stream. We're going to be doing The Witcher. Playing The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt right now. Having a good time with that. Yeah, I think it was a little bit of that. 1010. I think Square, you know, I mean, I don't know why you put that much information in a demo. And of course, I'm not a game developer. I don't know what all you have to put in there. If it was like a big chunk of the game, so that on midnight of the 3rd, when the pre-orders unlock, they can just slip into it easily. I don't know what all goes into that. I don't. But to have all that... Yeah. I mean, I saw a list of things that were in the data mining, and I saw that Red 13 was in there, and a couple of people on Twitter tried to slip me the image. I'm playing on PS4. They tried to slip me the image. I saw the thumbnail. I didn't see the high res photo. I saw he's like kind of sprawled out like in a battle pose. It almost looks like he's in the capsule you find him in the Shinra Tower, but I don't. I didn't look at it. I didn't open it. I just deleted it. I didn't want to see it. So, but again, those of you all have checked him out. That's awesome. I just don't want to have any spoilers. I'm not one of these people who's like, spoil something for me, I'll kill you, you know, like these people with all these movie spoilers. And I'm less inclined to be upset at a movie spoiler than a video game spoiler, because if I go to the movies, I'm a visual person, I'm a visual guy. I like to watch things. Like I haven't seen Rise of Skywalker yet, just because I'm a full-time, I've got a 60-hour-a-week job. You know, I'm married, I have a son, you know, my time is very limited when I'm not in the studio and doing art and stuff. So the entirety of the Rise of Skywalker has been spoiled for me. And I don't care, because I'm a visual person, I'm a Star Wars fan, and I want to see it. You spoil a video game for me, that's a different story. Because when you're playing a video game, you're investing hours of your time into going through the story, and you're a part of the story. So I think it's a little more personal for me, personally. Bad grammar. But, yes, the spoilers don't bother me usually unless it's like a video game that I know I'm looking forward to. And then I take a little bit of exception to it, because you're investing a lot of you into that by playing it and everything. If I go to a movie, I sit on my butt for 2.5 hours or 2 hours and eat some popcorn and drink a bladder buster, Pepsi, and get swept away for a few hours. I come out, I got my whole day in front of me, I got things I can go do, and, you know, it's not that big of a deal to me. If you're a bigger movie buff, that's cool, I get it, you know. But video game is different. Video game is different because you're investing your time, yourself, resources that you'd be putting. Like your time is a big resource. That's something you'd be putting into other things if you weren't playing the game. So that's pretty crappy. That's pretty crappy. These people did that. But yeah, YouTube thumbnails are what I'm really worried about. I hope. I don't know. This is a slippery slope because I understand the machinations of running a YouTube channel and just getting that one thumbnail down to where people might, 100,000 people might click on your video and you get a lot of ad revenue. I get it. Again, that's not why I'm here, but I know that's why other people are on YouTube, and I don't fault them for that. If this is your living, which this is not my living, but if YouTube is your living, I don't fault you for trying to make a living. I do fault you for ruining things for other people's communities. I do not like when people do whatever it takes to get a video click, whether it spoils something or ruins something or not. I just feel like that's a morally gray line I don't want to cross for you all or for someone else's community or anybody. I don't want to take away from what anybody does, but at the same time, you won't be finding me posting spoilery thumbnails or anything like that. Some people are going to do it, so just be careful. Just be careful what you're watching. I'm careful what I watch on YouTube a lot of times. The people I watch a lot of times are really reputable YouTubers and Twitch people, and yeah, I know. You just got to be careful on who you're watching, Trip. March 3rd will be here before you know it, but I've got a handful of reputable YouTubers I watch that are really cool about not spoiling things. I know that Night Sky Prince is a pretty cool dude. I know Soldier First Class is a super cool dude. I know he does great things with his community. Maximilian Dude is awesome. Of course, Max is a treasure. But those three guys, I see their stuff. I see Max's stuff all the time. Those other couple of guys, I'll see their stuff from time to time. They seem like they're really good to their communities, and they have a really good thing going there. I think those are trustworthy guys if you don't want spoilers. If you just want just good news as it comes out, I think those are good sources. And, of course, here, But I'm not as big as those guys. I'm just a guy who just loves the hell out of Final Fantasy VII, loves the hell out of JRPGs and role-playing games in general. And when I'm not working 60 hours a week or drawing stuff or writing stuff, I try to come on here and hang out with you all. That's basically what I do. So, but I'm gonna cut this there. I'm gonna leave it at that. I just want to know. I just want you all to know that I think. I know, yeah. Well, he's a pretty universally loved guy. I've thrown money on his live streams a few times just to say hi and whatnot. So he's a cool dude. His Resident Evil 4 run through he did last year or whenever that was. If you can find the Sea-Doo trick that he does where he leaves Leon rides off without the Sea-Doo. Oh my God, I laughed so hard at that. I still belly laugh at that sometimes. But those guys are great. And but just until March 3rd, just be careful about what you're watching and what you're looking at, and just be wary that there's people out there trying to just ruin a good time for everybody with all this data mining. I hate it. I've never liked people that data mine things and leak things, because there's been data mines and leaks for other things that I wasn't a fan of, but I hate it for the fans of those things, because just because I'm not a big fan of something, I understand that other people are a big fan of it, and I think that's super cool. I hate when anybody's good time is ruined like that. The video games are just a good time. Just a good time to just kind of sit down. If you like to play multiplayer games or whatever, shooters and stuff, I like to sit down with a little bite to eat, nice cold drink, and sit down and play a story. Take me away. Take me on a ride. You know what I mean? That's how I get down when I'm playing. But I think yeah, this is people like this. Something's got to be done. Something's got to be done. I mean, this is where it's caused so much bad dialogue. I've just seen on Twitter all day. People just it's taken away from the good time. You know what I mean? Dude, I think he already has. I follow him on Twitter, and he was saying something like he's gonna go to just sub mode on his Twitch until March 3rd, maybe. He's thinking about doing that because of all these spoilers and stuff out there, and I can't say I blame him. It's pretty awful. It's pretty awful what's happening, and that we even have to be in this shape right now with this. But I mean, it is what it is. We are where we are, you know. So I'm getting text messages right now from people. Oh man, okay. I gotta put somebody on mute on Twitter right now. Hang on a second. Let's see. Huh. Yeah, I hate to do that, but it's just one of those things. Yeah, like every time Final Fantasy VII anything comes out, my phone just starts blowing up. But I mean, it is what it is. I just don't know. I hope things get better, and I hope we really just get to a point where this isn't a problem anymore. But I really hate that we're not gonna get that demo now. You know what I mean? Really hate that we're not gonna get that demo. I was really looking forward to it, and this is where we're at. But anyway, so I'm hoping we have better news and coming up. I hope we still get the demo, but I mean, if we don't, we don't. March 3rd is not too far away, and I got Dragon Ball Z Kakarot coming out in a few weeks. I've got I'm still playing through The Witcher right now. Still got to finish up Final Fantasy VII, the original. So there's a lot to keep us occupied. Plus, I got my regular stuff to keep me occupied all the time. So, is that right? The full? Oh, Eric, dude, Eric, thank you so much. Yeah, I hate it too, man. I hate it. I saw your message on Twitter earlier, your DM too, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, that had to be done. Yeah, the problem there was a lot of data attached to that demo, and a lot of it got pulled. A lot of screenshots, a lot of like video stills that were tied to it, and apparently a lot of spoilers as far as things that were made different in the remake and images and stuff like that got leaked. So that's why I'm trying to stay away from it. Yeah, that was the big thing. That was the big thing is like the ending got leaked. The ending got leaked, and then people started getting pissed that they leaked the ending. That's when I was like full blackout mode. If anybody was sending me anything on Twitter or whatever, I was just blocking it or muting them or whatever, or not accepting DMs. I had to block a couple of people on Facebook from the fan page. Oh yeah, I think, in my opinion, the demo's canceled. They're not going to release the demo now. In my opinion, do I hope they still release it? Absolutely, I'd still love to play it, but I just don't think, if it were me at this point, I'm trying to stop the bleeding. I'm trying to put a tourniquet on that gaping wound. I'm trying to stop the bleeding until March 3rd. You know what I mean? So I would not release the demo if I were them. Yeah, I follow Final Fantasy VII Remake and Square Enix on Twitter, and other reputable YouTubers like Max and people like that. So if stuff comes out and I know it's from a good source, I know I'll check it out. You know what I mean? It's just all about finding people you trust and that kind of thing. So, but anyway, what time is it? 1:30. Woo! It's 1:30 where I'm at. So I am going to cut the stream right there. I'll be back here in a few minutes to play The Witcher. If y'all want to check that out. Otherwise, you all have a great night. I've got some other videos up. Yeah, I don't think there's a point in releasing it now, because all we would have gotten to play was that 30 minutes that's on YouTube right now. I've seen it. I'm good. I've got other stuff to keep me company until then, because once that game comes out on March 3rd, that's all I'm doing. That is all I am doing as far as gaming goes. So that's that. I hate it. It's negative. But the positive is, I think a lot of people are pissed off about this. I think whoever data mined this thing and leaked it, a lot of times people do this thing for attention and to garner respect or followers or whatever, or whatever, you know. I think it's having the opposite effect, which is good. I think it's having the opposite effect, which is good. It's healthy. It means there's a healthy community of people out there that really respect the creators of the game, respect their artistic vision, and that's what's first and foremost to me right now. As a fan, I'll live. As a fan, I will live. I will live. I will play this game. I'm still going to play it. My hype is still through the roof. My thoughts and my heart is with the creators of this game, of this art that we're about to get. It's really a lot of stress on them, you know, as far as like what they can give us going forward and what they feel comfortable with giving us going forward as far as future titles and future games. So that's the real point here, I think. And yeah, that's just where it's at. So anyway, I'm going to hop off here. I'll be back here in a few minutes with The Witcher 3. Once I get that stream set up, you all keep rocking. Have a great night, and I'll see you on The Witcher stream, or I will see you again in another video. Remember, once we hit 1,200 subscribers here, maybe tonight, maybe we've already hit it. I don't know what my subscriber count looks like right now, but once we hit that, I will be doing an announcement for who's getting that Final Fantasy VII Remake Deluxe Edition giveaway. Who's going to win it? Who's going to win it? We'll find out when we hit 1,200 subscribers. So until then, you all have a great night. Keep rocking, and I will see you all in the next video. Take it easy.